been confirmed that armed American drones are patrolling the airspace over the Iraqi capital while the country fights an army of jihadists advancing from the north. The US official said that the drone's primary task is to defend American diplomats. US Secretary of State John Kerry is also asking the Kurds to stand by Baghdad, and he was followed by the British Foreign Secretary, who travelled to meet Kurdish leaders in northern Iraq on Friday to discuss their role in the conflict. Lucy Kafanoff looks at the prospects for Iraqi Kurdistan in the ongoing conflict.
Less than 2 kilometers away, a stronghold of the Islamic State in Iraq and Syria. Fighters from ISIS, or Daesh as they're called in Arabic, have taken over the neighboring village. These Kurdish soldiers, known as the Peshmerga, are the only defense that's keeping the insurgents from marching north.
So this whole area, Daesh, ISIS, fighters with snipers.
The militant offensive sweeping across Iraq is redrawing the country's borders, but so too are the Kurds. As Iraqi forces crumbled in the wake of the jihadist onslaught, Kurdish soldiers moved in to fill the void, nearly doubling their territory in the process. In just a matter of hours, the Kurds seized militarily what they failed to secure politically for decades, the oil-rich province of Kirkuk and its main city.
It's part of the Kurdistan. Now the Peshmerga is controlling the Kirkuk and the district and the area around the Kirkuk. In the other side, there is Daesh and the other groups. But of course, the Peshmerga will stay.
For years, one of the most dangerous cities in Iraq, Kirkuk has become a refuge in Kurdish hands. Hundreds of cars line the road leading to the city as desperate Iraqis flee for their lives. The city is home to a mix of Arabs, Kurds, Turkmen, and Christians. All lay claim to this land.
A year ago, I couldn't really walk around here without the help of an armed escort. It was just too dangerous. There were suicide bombings, frequent clashes between rival groups. By controlling Kirkuk, the Kurds hope to prove that they can do a better job than the central government. It may be safer so far, but with neighbors like ISIS, it's unclear for how long.
It didn't take long. That evening, we witnessed Kirkuk's temporary respite from violence shattered. A suicide bomber tried to enter a market in a Kurdish part of town. At least 6 people killed, dozens wounded.
The Kurds may seem as the winners in this, and some of them are living the euphoria of getting more territory. But more territory and more people means more problems if it wasn't planned for.
Already divisions are emerging. Minority Arab and Turkmen residents are worried about their rights in the new Kirkuk. Kurdish authorities promised a referendum, but in a worrying sign of what could be ahead, these Shiite Turkmen are taking matters into their own hands.
We don't trust any government or any group to protect us, so we're taking up arms to defend ourselves.
Lucy Kafanoff, Kirkuk, Iraq.